humans are strange creatures, to say the least. So strange, in fact, that some will argue that we may have not even evolved on this planet at all. We have three main advantages. We walk upright, we have opposable thumbs, and we have our brain. Perhaps the first time we revolutionized the way we lived is when we started to harness the power of fire, simultaneously with the power of the spear, allowing us to completely dominate what other creatures do when it comes to hunting and gathering food, along with the ability to stay warm during the winters and cook our food, which would both allow us to stay warmer during those hard winters and digest our food more easily and allow ourselves to have more energy. After generations of passed down knowledge of foraging and the way nature works, the second time we revolutionized the way we live, we learned agriculture. We learned how to farm. And with farming came bargaining. We've always been territorial creatures, but this made us even more territorial because our places where plants grew the best, where we were able to farm the most, became very valuable. It also gave us reason to cooperate on a level that we hadn't before. We've always been tribal, but agriculture brought on reasons to organize on a totally different level, bringing tribes together and creating societies. But as the bartering system became more complex, we needed ways to keep track of it, and so we invented money. Now I'm tempted to explain the whole deal and do a whole nother project I wasn't originally going to do, but let me know if you'd like to see it. But bringing in the money system allowed some to save that money. I'm sure back in the time when it was just 2 bunnies for 1 pumpkin, or whatever the case may be, some traders took advantage of desperate people or just learned how to be crafty salesmen and got the better end of the deal. But with money, again, this was a whole nother level. And over time, there were certain groups and individuals that would hoard money, going as far as hoarding so much they couldn't spend it all in their one lifetime, and they would pass it down. And with that, more and more inequality grew. And it's been a permanent problem for us humans ever since. From Egypt to now, and back to Rome, there's been those on top that pose their will on others through the control of resources and the hoarding of wealth. And even though they are the minority, they are able to point humanity where they see fit. And because of the ancient systems, I would guess it's usually just to get more resources, more wealth, mostly for themselves. Now, I don't want to say all this and not point out there is a lot of good in the systems we've created. I don't want to go back to living in the cave myself. And I like modern day technology. Even if there's a lot of bad done with it, there's also a lot of good. But those that control the wealth, they've learned ways to control the population. You see, the wealthy have a problem. They have so much resources, and there's so few of them, that they must capture the mind of everyone. Everybody must participate in the game, or it leaves much of their wealth useless. So everybody must be convinced. This leads to the manipulation of the masses, and those with wealth have been skilled at it for a very, very long time.